Okay, so the other day I was shamed by one of my liberal friends because I don't live in the hood. Apparently, he said I don't care about the black dollar, and if you move out the hood, like you don't really care about the culture. But by me staying in the hood, that's not going to change the culture. Even when I lived in the hood, some of my biggest people who I looked up to didn't even live in the hood or associate with the hood anymore. I don't understand where this thing, I think it's more like a jealousy thing because I thought this saying always used to go, a real N word ain't trying to stay in the hood, a real N word is trying to get out the hood. That's what I used to think people always say. But with this whole blackness religious thing, they just make up stuff as they go. They contradict themselves all the time. We beg white people for everything. Okay, the best thing that white people can do for me is absolutely nothing. The best thing that white people could do for black people is absolutely nothing. Just stay the hell out of black people business. Start standing up for yourself. Don't care if you're called the racist. If you're white, there's nothing you can do to change how black people are going to act culturally. It doesn't matter how much you cry or get on your knees or donate money and kiss black people ass. That's not going to change how black people act culturally. It's actually just going to empower them to pretend that they're victims even more than what they already pretending they are. I'm not a victim. I reject that type of thinking. And people call me a coon because I don't affiliate myself with having a victimhood mentality. Because if you're black, you have to be a victim. That's how the game works, unfortunately. And then we talk about this white privilege thing, right? How are we going to speak on a white person experience? See, when white people, when they speak out against black people nonsense, the few that do, we always say, oh, you don't know what it's like to be black. Okay, but we're going to speak for them. We don't know what it's like to be white, so how can we speak about white experience? And we have no idea what it's like to be white. Most white people don't experience white privilege. Some white people not even born with a silver spoon in their mouth. How can we speak on them? Some white people got to work hard. I understand if you're born with the right last name, then yeah, you're going to have plenty of privilege. Same thing if you're black, if you're born with the right last name and your father owns some big giant business, you're going to be better off than most people. You're going to be better off than most white people if you come from a good family background, if you're black as well. So that saying holds no weight at all. That whole talking about white privilege and speaking on the white experience, and you don't even have no idea what it is to be white. Because that's what we do to them. We tell them they can't speak about our blackness. They don't know what it's like to be black. We care about stupid stuff, like we'll get mad about a white person wearing blackface, or a white person, I don't know, dressing up as Beyonce or Jay-Z. We'll get mad, culture appropriation and all of that stuff. Why do y'all care about a white person that probably said the N-word, some celebrity or something said the N-word 20 years ago or dressed in blackface 20 years ago? Why are we mad about that? We got Pookie and Ray Ray shooting up Lil Man down the street. And we worried about a white person that allegedly wore blackface 20 years ago. Out of all of the problems black people have, we care more about a white person that wore blackface. They'll cover that story nonstop all day, CNN, MSNBC, all day, every day for a week straight. But the little girl that's got shot in the head because somebody did a stupid drive-by shooting, and they didn't even hit their target. They hit a little girl. And we mad about some white person that probably wore blackface or did some kind of culture appropriation. Black people don't make no sense. White people got to start saying what I'm saying. Don't be scared of these black people. I'm telling you, it's only empowering that type of behavior the more white people don't stand up and speak the truth. Okay, black people lie. They not really scared of the cops. Black people are not scared of the cops. Most black people not. It's a myth. It's made up. It's just something that sounds cool to say. Because I know for a fact the average black person is not afraid every day to walk out their door thinking that the cops are just hunting down to murder black people for no reason. If we really believe that, if black people really believed that cops was out here murdering and just lynching black people right on sight, I'm telling you, me, myself, and mostly all black people would be gone. We'll be back in Africa somewhere where they don't even got to write a police report when they do some police brutality. Or we'll go to one of these other third world countries where they don't got to write no police report. They can gun your ass down right in the street and won't even care, leave you there 3 days before the paramedics pick you up and bury your raggedy ass. That's how it works in every other country. So black people is a myth. It's made up. Black people ain't afraid of no damn cops. They just say that just to sound cool. The average black person ain't afraid of the cops. That's the dumbest thing. One of the dumbest sayings that black people do be talking about. And then, okay, you white, you don't understand my fear of the police. You don't understand. It's the system. This is systematic racism, systematic oppression. The white man is oppressing me. It's systematic racism. We cry about systematic racism, especially when it comes to the police brutality, even though they ignore the fact that more white people, armed and unarmed, are killed, justified and unjustified by the police. More white people are killed every year by the police. I know the black man can't understand that. More white people die by the hands of police than black people. That's a fact. Look it up. If you don't see it and you're white, it's systematic racism. And if you don't understand systematic racism, white person, you have unconscious bias. White person, it's unconscious bias. Okay. Then this whole demon group is a racist, Marxist, terrorist organization. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Black Lives Matter. They just put in a radical Black Lives Matter person in St. Louis. She's the mayor, and she's openly in support of Black Lives Matter. And that's a terrorist organization. Now, what if a white person was a mayor that openly supported the Klan? Because Black Lives Matter burnt down way more cities historically than the Klan ever did. Black Lives Matter burnt down way more cities than I ever heard of the Klan ever burning down. And that's a fact. See, black people have a religion. Their religion is blackness. No logic. Logic get thrown out the window. That's why when we see somebody running towards the cops with a knife, black people, they could have shot him in the leg. They could have took him down with some karate move, or grabbed the gun out of his hand and twist his arm behind his back and put him in a police car. Because we think that the cops are really hunting us down. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I want to see an angry black person challenge what I said. Everything I said was true about black people. And white people are being too weak. Not all. It's not all black people that have this behavior, this mentality. And it's not all white people who are being a bunch of punks. But a lot of black people have this mentality. And a lot of white people are little scared punks to stand up against black people. They don't love black people. Because if white people love black people, they would love black people enough to tell them the truth. Now, if you like my content that I share on my page, like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate everybody who viewed my videos. I appreciate every subscriber to my channel. Even if you didn't subscribe, if you just viewed it, please share it with a friend. Like, share, subscribe. My name is Nate Savage.